Yes, Nicola Sturgeon has officially lost it. Nicola Sturgeon and the SNP government are now promoting, essentially, surrender policy. They're telling Boris Johnson and the government now, right now, in the middle of all this chaos, to give up Trident. Yeah, because having a deterrent, it was okay before. Like, there was no urgency. Now that we actually need it, that's time. It's a time to actually talk about removing our Trident. Not about the other side. No, no, no. Forget about even Kim Jong Un potentially having things ready, or the Iranian regime preparing things. Let's not pretend. Let's just pretend they're not going to do anything bad. Let's pretend that the reason we haven't been targeted by our enemies until now had nothing to do with the fact that we had the Trident. So we have to listen to the SNP saying, well, I don't know what's going on right now in the news, but let's just randomly talk about giving up Trident as a deterrent. Yeah, because that's very smart, isn't it, Nicola Sturgeon? Very, very smart. Reminds me of the hypocrisy of all these idiots on the left who don't really understand what they're talking about. This group, don't get me started with these guys. We're going around yesterday in central London. You would think that the actual protest was on behalf of ordinary, innocent people in Ukraine and Russia. You would think, not the governments, not the politicians. You would think that they were worried about the conflict when it comes to those guys. No, it's all about ideology because they were there to attack every side, all the sides who are basically in the conflict. In the middle of that protest, I'm going to see if you can notice what's on the right side of the screen when the camera turns. There's a few flags. Notice the flags.
What do we want? Jesus! What do we want it? Now! What do we want? Jesus! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Jesus! When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want? Jesus!
Oh, yes. That is the Soviet flag. Interesting. So the solution is there were also Palestinian flags. Interestingly enough, because that's always relevant, make everything about Israel or Palestine, but also the opposition against authoritarianism. The solution that they have is more communism. Yeah, that helps, isn't it? Yeah, let's just bring out the 1930s German flag because that might help. That's the whole situation. Why do we have to listen to these guys? Why do we have to listen to them? Why do we have to listen to this idiot? The other one, Nicola Sturgeon. Why are they relevant? And what is it with, like, we have to actually raise awareness in terms of the public image of these guys, because sometimes some of these parties and politicians, they win by default because, for example, in Scotland, it is essentially a one-party state because the opposition party is completely incompetent. It's not up to me, it's up to them to step up their game because people in Scotland are being heard, people in the United Kingdom are being heard. And speaking of it as a Londoner, Sadiq Khan, as a Londoner, I'm being heard. Well, we're going to continue our campaigns against authoritarianism. We're going to have a couple of more updates for you guys, especially when it comes to net zero and Nigel Farage's campaign. So subscribe to the channel, click on the bell next to it. I'm Maya TC and we are the media.